winning the start. A couple of lengths was Junior. Slow to go, Bear Trap winning the start. There was Rye Catcher on the inside. Shantae Alouetta taking it on early, and they put on the pace with 800 to go. Racing up to third, True Serenade. About 4 away, Roy's Prodigy from Active Fight at the outside. 3 away, Bear Trap, along gap back, Grey Steiger. And last of all is Junior, well strung out as they put the 600 metre mark behind them. Shantae Alouetta now a clear leader by 3 lengths. Rye Catcher is second. Over on the outside, True Serenade coming home well. A gap back in the field, then Active Fighter. Further back, Roy's Prodigy losing ground from Bear Catcher. And you can forget about the other pair, Grey Steiger and also Junior. They swing for home. Shantae Alouetta straightens up 3 or 4 in front. Rye Catcher is second, followed by over on the outside, Active Fighter finishing on fairly. But in the run home, Shantae Alouetta's well clear. Active Fighter goes to second near the line, but Shantae Alouetta in the first. Shantae Alouetta by 3 lengths. Second placing, Active Fighter. About 2 away, third, Rye Catcher. In behind them then on the outside came Bear Trap. Further back then was Roy's Prodigy. In behind them came True Serenade. A gap back, Grey Steiger. And Junior Never a Chance. Await the numbers. And third to 1, Rye Catcher. 4, 6 and 1 after the running of race number 1. Shantae Alouetta all in and ready to go for the second. Set and racing this time. A fairly even dispatch with showing some pace towards the centre as they settle down into stride. There was Tornade's Pride who'll come across and lead early. Hunting up as well in the early stages out wider is Sky CL as they settle down into stride, and Tornade's Pride takes up the running. Sky CL goes to second. Back along the inside is Questland as they move out of the straight. They're followed by wider out on the track as they move round the first turn was Red Confusion. Back between runners then a bit wider out on the track came Drydell. They're followed by back behind them in the field then as they move along towards the back straight would have been Rekazina back second last. An Empty Flagon brings up the rear. Along the back they stride, and it's Tornade's Pride the leader. In second place over on the outside is Sky CL. Third the rails came Questland. They're followed by moving forward Red Confusion on the outside. World Class back midfield. They're followed by at the head of the rest came Drydell as they head down the back, then Empty Flagon. And last of all along the inside is Rekazina. 600 metres to go along the back, and Tornade's Pride the leader by a length and a half. Sky CL second. Red Confusion over on the outside from World Class. They're followed by back midfield Questland, hard ridden now. Followed by back in the field came Empty Flagon running on about 3 lengths away. Then came Drydell, and tailed off last of all is Rekazina prior to turning for home. And Tornade's Pride's out full of running, 3 or 4 in front. Red Confusion moving around the outside to second from Sky CL. Then World Class, and at the head of the rest was Questland. In the straight, Tornade's Pride drifting to the centre of the track. It's still 2 or 3 clear. Sky CL, Red Confusion coming home well when it's all over from Questland and World Class, but Tornade's Pride hard ridden near the line, and Tornade's Pride will win. Tornade's Pride by 3 lengths. Second placing Sky CL, World Class third. In behind them then was Red Confusion, Questland, then Drydell, Empty Flagon. It was one of the last to pull up there with Rekazina. Wait the numbers on race number 2. Numbers about to come up. You'll find Tornade's Pride as the winner. Broadcast 645. Thank you. Second placing to 4, Sky CL, Fiona Melling, and third to 5, World Class Debbie Weymouth. 6, 4 and 5 after race number 2. Number 6, Tornade's Pride, virtually led all the way in race number 2 to take out the money. Time after race number 2 on the program on the number 645. 6, Tornade's Pride. Tornade's Pride is a bay gelding 3 years by Willingly from Give and Take. MG Rawlings the owner and trainer at Cranbourne. Corey Mallion the winning rider. Second placing to 4, Sky CL by Ski and Do from Charciel. NL Saunders at Healesville the trainer, Fiona Melling the rider. And 13 to 5, World Class by Clayman from Pebby Lane. Mrs. Ellie Preston at Mornington the trainer, Debbie Weymouth the rider. 6, 4 and 5 after race 2, 2.5 by 3/4 the margins, 1:45.5 was the time.
Strawberry Ranch is going up 5-2 to Brisbane. Brisbane Tango Master.
Good line now. Sat, he lets them go. They're racing this time. Good Even Dispatch too is showing some pace there. Joy of Blue in the early stages. Now it's easing back. Passionate Flyer will take up the early running. In second placing over on the outside, Longmew Alas. In third placing there, one off the fence is Untoward in the early stages. Prize Beat lost the cap there. The Big Ace just in behind them from Come and Win. Second last now is Joy of Blue. And Tricky Eyes brings up the rear. Out of the straight they swing towards the 1200 metre mark. And the leader now, bowling along in front, is Passionate Flyer by a length and a half. In second placing is Longmew Alas over on the outside. Prize Beat third, the rails, followed by Untoward. The Big Ace over on the outside of him. Then came Come and Win a length back. Then over on the outside was Joy of Blue, and Tricky Eyes 2 lengths away last of all. Along the back they go, 900 metres from home. Passionate Flyer a length and a half in front. Longmew Alas the outside is second, followed by Prize Beat. Tricky Eyes commencing a run through the field. Then came Untoward back midfield from the Big Ace. Further back then was Joy of Blue, and now dropping out to last of all Come and Win. Fairly well bunched field as they go on towards the 500 metre mark. Longmew Alas set loose around the outside, draws 3/4 in front now, a length in front of Passionate Flyer weakening, running on Untoward, followed by Tricky Eyes. Then at the head of the rest came Joy of Blue as they're about to swing for home. The Big Ace wide, followed by Prize Beat dropping out of it, and Come and Win at the rear. 200 to go on the turn. Longmew Alas a length in front. Untoward's trying to peg it back on the outside, and they've sprinted clear then on right down the extreme outside. Joy of Blue in the straight. Longmew Alas in front. Untoward's trying to pick it up. Longmew Alas hard ridden. Untoward diving near the line. Longmew Alas, I reckon, has hung on to win at a nose. 2 on the outside, Untoward second. Third would have gone to Joy of Blue from the Big Ace. In behind them, Passionate Flyer, Tricky Eyes, Prize Beat, and last in Come and Win. Close go this. I think you'll find platform ready to go. Sat, he lets them go, they're racing. A fairly even dispatch too, with out towards the centre of the track, giving plenty, showing some pace. Gun to Win as well out wider to Melsa nearer the inside with Haven caught in the early stages. And down the straight they come past us the first time. To Melsa the inside, but Giving Plenty takes over in front. Giving Plenty a length and a half to Melsa as they stride out of the straight. Gun to Win out wider, followed by and behind them Haven caught. Then Templar Prince, followed by over on the outside as they swing towards the back was Nagle Road. Mutual racing next, followed by there back in the field came Norlandy, the rails. Rulmore over on the inside there, followed by in last placing came Trog. Into the back they head, and the leader over on the inside there is Giving Plenty. In second placing up on the outside, joining it now is Gun to Win. They race 3 lengths in front there. Of third is Haven caught on the outside of Temelsa. 4 lengths away then came Templar Prince, followed by back in the field then came Nagle Road. There followed by Mutual on his outside. 4 away then came Rulmore. Trog is second last, and now dropping out to last of all there is Norlandy. A well strung outfield as they come off the back straight. Haven Court now takes over in front. In second placing is Giving Plenty, racing around the outside. Coming into it well is Templar Prince. Temelsa at the head of the rest. A gap back then came Gun to Win losing ground. Mutual over on the outside, followed by Nagle Road as they swing for home. Trog at the head of the rest with Rulmore into the straight. Haven Court just in front, but Templar Prince is the danger on the outside. Templar Prince ranging up to Melsa, going for the inside run. Templar Prince might be just in front. Haven Court's fighting back though. Haven Court, Templar Prince, the outside might be just in front. It is Templar Prince. Templar Prince is 1.5 head on the line. Second placing Haven Court, to Melsa third in a good finish. Mutual just in behind them. Nagle Road came home well. In behind them Giving Plenty, followed by Trog. Back behind them Gun to Win, who weakened, followed by Rulmore, and last in was Norlandy. Good keen affair, the St Patrick's handicap. Sat racing this time. It stood there, El Quillo. In fact, it stayed in the stalls, El Quillo, and will take no part in the race. Coming away okay, Young Fatima in the early stages. Up there as well is Black and White, Lord Apsley between them in the early stages, followed by Polar Who, pressure down. About 4 lengths away, Morning Angel, followed by Chick's Cabin. Back in the field is Glory Fighter, and back to the rear of the field, Larbian, as they go along the back straight. And the race on with Blackenham over on the outside of in second placing Lord Apsley. They're followed by Young Fatter about 2 lengths away from pressure down the outside. Polar Who back behind them, followed by Chick's Cabin. In behind them, Morning Angel well back out of its ground. Along with back there as well was Glory Fighter on the outside, and Larbian last of all. They're about to swing down the side of the track, 400 to go. Blackenham 3/4 in front of Lord Apsley. Around the outside, Young Fatima joining in quickly. They've sprinted clear on Chick's Cabin. Further back in the field at the head of the rest, Larbian as they swing for home. In the straight now, and Young Fatima's gone for home. Races 2 or 3 in front of Lord Apsley. Blackenham and Wider out. Chick's Cabin finishing on okay, but Young Fatima's clear near the line. Chick's Cabin running into second placing, but Young Fatima by 2 lengths on the line. Chick's Cabin 3 away third was Lord Apsley over on the rails. Then Larbian further back in the field. Then over on the outside came Glory Fighter. In behind them there to pull up was Morning Angel. Further back, pressure down, and Polar Who back at the rear. Wait the numbers after race number 5 on the card. Area's a bit fractious. Now they're ready and racing this time. Reasonable Dispatch 2 without towards the centre. Sovereign Sense winning the start. Enunciate hunting up in the early stages. They're going hard. Just in behind them, settling down into stride, was Dancing Brave. Cross Gauntlet the outside, Shoshunian. Wider out on the track as they go past us the first time was Eastern Flame. They're followed by back behind them Lady Denarius on the inside of Syurga. And 2 away last of all is Tula Bench. Out of the straight they swing, and towards the 1,000 metre mark they stride. Sovereign Sense the leader by a length and a half over Enunciate second. About 3 away third came Dancing Brave. 4 away Cross Gauntlet. Then a length back was Shoshunian. 4 back then in the field came Lady Denarius over on the inside. Over on the outside there Eastern Flame. They're followed by Syurga, and 4 away last of all is Tula Bench. Well strung out down past the 800 metre mark. Sovereign Sense the leader. A length and a half in front of Enunciate second. Over on the outside Dancing Brave third. Cross Gauntlet getting closer to them now. In behind them came Shoshunian. A gap back in the field then came Eastern Flame. Syurga passing it, followed by Lady Denarius hard ridden, and last of all is Tula Bench. They're about to swing to the 400 metre mark. Sovereign Sense narrowly in front. Cross Gauntlet coming out after it with Enunciate wider out. They're followed by Shoshunian, and wide still on the turn was Dancing Brave. Into the straight they swing, 200 metres to go. Sovereign Sense on the inside, a length in front. Cross Gauntlet's grabbing at the centre. Enunciate wider out. Shoshunian going for the rails run. Sovereign Sense might be just in front, but over on the outside Cross Gauntlet, Shoshunian the rails. Cross Gauntlet getting to the lead near the line, and Cross Gauntlet wins. Cross Gauntlet by a length and a half. Second Sovereign Sense. Enunciate got third. In behind them Shoshunian, followed by Syurga. Wide out Tula Bench. In behind them then to pull up would have been back in the field there Eastern Flame, followed by Lady Denarius, and it would have been the last one home. Cross Gauntlet here you'll find. Doubled it, ready for the last at Healesville. Ready, lets them go, they're racing this time. Tropical Joe stood there and missed it a couple of lengths. Coming away okay there towards the centre was Fearless Boy, who leads settling down. Ballatin Lake goes to second, Top Tonic third. Over on the outside there, making some ground around them in the early stages, was Spirit Parade. Just in behind them then Lift and Run on the outside. A length and a half away back in the field came Shane's Grey Boy, and back at the rear is Tropical Joe. Onto the top circle the first time at the lap and a half mark, and the leader bowling along in front is Fearless Boy. Half a length over Spirit Parade, who's second the outside. Ballatin Lake behind the leader third. Over on the outside is Lift and Run, followed by back in the field then came Top Tonic. They're followed by Shane's Grey Boy and Tropical Joe at the rear. Around the turn they'll swing into the straight this time with over a lap to go still, and Fearless Boy the leader ran a little wide there. Spirit Parade moves up on the outside to second. Ballatin Lake is third the rails. One by one is Lift and Run. In behind them then came Top Tonic, followed by Tropical Joe, and back at the rear Shane's Grey Boy. past the judge with a lap to go. Fearless Boy the leader by a length and a half. Spirit Parade up on the outside is second. Balloton Lake third the rails. They're followed by Lift and Run over on the outside. Top Tonic in behind them, followed by Tropical Joe. And 5 away last of all is Shane's Grey Boy. Towards the back they stride. They're almost back to where they started from. And Fearless Boy 3 lengths in front now is Spirit Parade second. 3 back third Balloton Lake. Over on the outside is Lift and Run. Then came Top Tonic. He's over on the inside of Tropical Joe. And about 6 away last of all is Shane's Grey Boy. Down the back, 700 metres to go in the last. And the leader is Fearless Boy. Spirit Parade now letting loose on the outside, moves up quickly to it. They've sprinted clear then on Balloton Lake, about 6 lengths away third. Then came Top Tonic. The others will want to get a wriggle along. Then came Lift and Run at the head of the rest from Tropical Joe. Shane's Grey Boy. Spirit Parade dashed to the lead prior to turning for home at the 400. It gets 2.5 lengths in front. Fearless Boy is second, followed by Balloton Lake about 8 lengths away. Then came Top Tonic, and at the head of the rest was Lift and Run, but swinging the home turn, and Spirit Parade straightens up nicely in front. Fearless Boy is second, followed by Top Tonic when it's all over from Balloton Lake, but Spirit Parade hard against the rails for rider Debbie Coleman. Here's a treble coming up to Dashing Debbie. Spirit Parade by about 6 lengths on the line. Fearless Boy second, 5 away third Top Tonic. In behind them Balloton Lake, Shane's Grey Boy. The others are a tired lot coming in, Lift and Run, and last in was Tropical Joe. Wait the numbers after race number 7. The Lloyd Laylaw Memorial Handicap. Numbers about to come up.